Good evening, friends, and welcome to Heart of Indie Radio. Tonight, we have the one and only Grace Kelly. That's right. You already know this name because it's made famous by an actress, but this is the other Grace Kelly, all the way from New Zealand. Now, she got her start. She actually was asked to promote San Jose, California. And she wrote a song. It became very popular. She was asked to film a music video as well. And so people all over the globe got to know her through this one particular song. Now she's kind of diversified her sound and she's working really hard. She's an artist that you definitely want to watch and listen to. Her name is Grace Kelly, and please welcome her on Heart of Indie Radio. How are you, Grace?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm super excited to finally get to meet you virtually.
It's so good. We love it.
Yeah. We're Instagram buddies, and I've been following your career for the last little while now, and I'm just so impressed with your positivity, and you've got some really cool pictures up of you and your special card. Can you tell us about that?
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, God, it's been a crazy couple of years. I guess sort of the start of everything was, like you said, the kind of San Jose experience. I don't even know. It was just a weird, blurry year, and yeah, that's sort of where I think everything kind of kick-started. It became less about me, the singer-songwriter, doing open mic nights, and then it was like I was an artist. Like that was when I first was hearing people go, "Oh, singer-songwriter Grace Kelly" in America, and I was like, "That's me!" Oh my god!
Wow.
So it was very cool.
That's so awesome. And how did that kind of happen? How did they contact you?
So I used to live in San Jose, and I had briefly met the CEO, Carolyn. She sadly has passed away now, and she became like an auntie to me, like was just world's most kindest person, so welcoming. And yeah, I'd met her briefly, thought she was really cool. And when I was back home in New Zealand, I wrote a song about San Jose and sent it to her just because I thought she would find it cool that the city that she kind of works for promoting. There was this kid halfway across the world going, "Hey, I like your city." And so I sent the song to her, and a few months later, I got a phone call from her, and she said, "Hi, so I've played it for my marketing team. I love the song, and we want to fly you out and have you film a music video for our next like promotional tourism situation." And my head was just like exploding. I had no idea what was going on. That was great.
Wow. And so what was that experience like? I mean, obviously you were in New Zealand, like you said, you were a singer-songwriter doing open mic nights, and then all of a sudden you get this call, "Hey, we want to fly you out to do this song, your song that you wrote to promote our city." I mean, was that like, were you kind of blown away? Did you say yes right away? Did it kind of take a moment to kind of catch your breath?
Yeah, definitely a moment to catch my breath, but then it was like 100 times yes, cool, when do you want me there? I'll drop everything.
Yeah.
Like but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I always say with music, people are always like, "Oh, but what are you gonna do if it doesn't work out?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" It's not even on my radar. Like I just know this is what I'm meant to do. And so I felt like there was kind of maybe a year of me being like, I feel like I've worked really hard and I'm in a good place as myself as an artist. I was 16 at the time, and I was like, I feel like I'm kind of old enough for things to maybe start to happen. And so then it was just kind of like, oh, like obviously it was exciting and I was so grateful, but it was like, yeah, this should be happening. You know what I mean? It's a weird concept to wrap your head around, but I just was like, yeah, this is just the next step. This is, it's what's gonna happen.
That's
So
awesome. And I think that your forward thinking and your positive kind of mindset has really taken you along this journey and has definitely, I think, been a compliment to your music. And it's really lovely to see, to have that motivation, but also that determination. And you know who you are. That is so refreshing. I think, especially in this time where it's difficult around the globe. Life is different for
yeah,
most of us, right?
yeah.
The things that we thought we were going to do maybe haven't panned out, but it's really lovely to see you as an artist kind of taking it and going, you know what? Yeah, life is a little bit different than I thought, but I'm going to make the most of it. And you've certainly done amazing things. I'd love to kind of tell the audience, our listeners, a little bit about kind of your experience in opening for Blake Shelton, who obviously is a really well-known artist around the globe. How did that happen, and were you nervous? Is there a story you can share?
Goodness. Yeah. Yeah, so when I was doing the whole San Jose thing, KRTY, the radio station there, had me on the air. They played my song. They were the first station to play my song or any like song that had it was weird. And so I think I have a very special place in my heart for them. And I was again back home and my dad came over at like 4 a.m, aggressively knocking on the door, and I was like, what is going on? And my whole family was like, oh my god, something terrible's happened. I'm like half asleep, so confused. And he reads out this email from them, and would Grace like to open for Blake Shelton? And I'm like half asleep. I'm like, I think I'm dreaming. I don't actually quite know what's going on here. So yeah, fast forward a couple of months and I was playing at the SAP arena in San Jose.
That is incredible. I have the chills right now. Just imagining you waking up and going, what? What's going on?
It was like panic. I thought something bad had happened. Everyone's like freaking out. And then we're all just like freaking out.
That is incredible.
So crazy. But it was all in that one year. It was, I think, July. No, it was like April that we filmed it. July that it got released and I was in San Jose like doing, I guess, media stuff. And then September was the Blake Shelton show. So
that's incredible. And I hope and I would assume that you captured this moment on camera.
Yes, there's a few videos. There's a funny video afterwards of me just hysterically laughing. It was like I was just so high on adrenaline and it was just like 20 minutes I couldn't speak. I was just laughing. It's like someone put me on laughing gas. I was just like, I just couldn't believe that I'd just done that.
I love that. And obviously now let's fast forward to this current time, 2021, working on brand new music, kind of navigating through that love of country music and that experience of opening up for someone that's so incredible. Where are you now? Like, where are you in that writing process and that putting out brand new music? I'd love for our listeners to know.
Yeah. So country music's sort of a new thing for me. My parents didn't grow up listening to it, so it's not a thing of like, my folks listen to it all the time, and I grew up listening to it. It wasn't a thing in my household, and country music here isn't all that big, and if it is, it's more kind of on the folky side. So I hadn't been exposed to it until I went to Nashville when I was living in the States in 2016. So country music, my love for it is a very recent thing. And so it's just been so fun because I feel like there's this whole world that I get to explore. And so that's, I feel like, at the base of my sound. But growing up for all my years before that, I, try to pull inspiration from other people. So I don't know. I'm kind of in the stage now where, because I'm so early in my career, I can just play around. So like I'm playing around with some kind of Bon Iver, electronic, piano ballady kind of stuff. And like I've got a new song coming out that's more pop, but there's definitely like country guitar licks in there because I just can't get away from it. So it's just kind of like playing around because it's like there's no rules and like, sure, you can say she's a country artist, but okay, there's so many artists that reinvent themselves. Lady Gaga, every time she does an album, it's like she's a whole nother person, and it's great. People love to see that, and it's fresh and it's exciting, and then I feel like the artist doesn't get stale. They don't get too comfortable. That's what art is about,
Absolutely. And I think a good song is a good song, and it will translate across all genres, which you have, and I'm so proud of you. It's great to have you on the show tonight. I'd love for our listeners and our viewers to get a chance to follow you on social media and of course get your music. So if you can just tell us how we can do that, that would be awesome.
Yes, I'm probably the most active and like vocal on Instagram, just because I find it the easiest, and I probably have like most of my following base sort of comes to there. So Grace Kelly Music is my handle on Instagram, and then you can from there find all my other socials, and Spotify links, etc., etc.
Awesome.
So yeah, come hang.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to be playing your music a little bit later tonight on the show, and everyone here,
nobody else has heard it yet.
Yay! And do you want to introduce your brand new song?
Yes. So tiny little backstory. So this was meant to be released a lot earlier than what it is now, because of COVID and lockdown and things. You've got to be open to things changing. So this is had to be pushed back. But I'm just so excited about the song that I was like, oh, play this one, because no one's had a chance to hear it yet. So the new single is called She Walks, and it was recorded here in New Zealand. It's sort of my first more pop song, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to play it on the show this evening a little bit later. And congratulations from everyone here at Heart of Indie Radio, and our listeners I know are going to love you. So please support this artist, Grace Kelly. You can DM us both on Twitter and on Instagram at Heart of Indie, and let us know what you thought of this interview with Grace Kelly, and give her some love.
Good or bad.
Yay! All right, folks, thanks again. And we're going to get back to the music right here on Heart of Indie Radio.